I grew up in the town of Wolfville, but my heart was out here in the country with my grandmother. My grandmother's name was Evelyn Rose Lightfoot, and she lived to be 108. She was a little tiny woman, and she was very progressive, kind of eccentric. Very frugal woman, very hard-working woman. Instilled in us the importance of tradition and taught us that legacy was more important than currency. My grandmother had an apple farm, and she didn't really spray it or tend it. She just picked the apples. They had scabs on them, so be it. The garden was all cultivated using compost and animal manures and no real synthetic fertilizers. And she would scoff at the neighbors when their fertilizer bags would blow over onto our farm. She would curse, like a sailor about that. So I got the impression really at a young age that that was wrong. The way our neighbors were farming was wrong and harmful. And we've never had an incident of powdery mildew in 10 years when all of our, a lot of our conventional neighbors struggle with certain diseases that we don't seem to have.
It's our belief that healthier soil bears healthier vines, which give us better fruit and therefore makes better wine. The animals' main purpose on the farm, they're grazing here, eating the hay from our pastures, providing us with their manure, which is then composted and put back into the soil. So we're focusing a lot on soil health, increasing the microbiological activity of our soil.
My grandmother had a big market garden and an apple farm. In the downturn of the apple industry, they sold land in the 60s to basically sustain their house and to provide them a bit of an income. And I just remember a lot of talk when I was a child. There seemed to be this shame, or there seemed to be this cloud over our family for having to sell this land to sustain the farm. I never met my grandfather. My grandfather died about a month before I was born. And so I remember pulling into the graveyard where he's buried. I remember saying, I'm gonna finish what you started. I'm gonna get it all back. It was really through, saving and sacrifice that we were able to acquire the land back. We worked outside of the farm really hard to develop different, businesses. One was a funeral business and a crematorium that I ran for many years, 15 or 20 years. I worked in construction as well, plus farm. My grandmother was extremely proud every time I was able to purchase a building lot, a house back. It fueled me seeing her be so overjoyed as I was bringing the land back. We've been 7 generations here, and my daughter would be 8. I have 4 daughters, and 2 of which, Rachel and Corey, both work within the business. I certainly wanted a family member to succeed me. We wanted them to make their own decision.
Yeah, come on.
When we realized that it was purely their heartfelt decision, that made it so, so much more heartfelt for us. She has been an anchor to the project. We would lose ourselves in all the work all the time. She just brings us back to what's truly important in life.